A Canadian school does the unthinkable, and it has parents now questioning just how long is it going to be before Trudeau fully comes for our children. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. I try to keep a pretty positive spin on this channel, and this week in particular, we've looked at some funny videos, we've talked about funny angles to things, and we've really tried to ramp up the laughs a bit, because in terms of this government, well, it's a clown show, and it's funny to laugh. However, today's video is a little more serious, and it's one that I definitely stand firm with on the lines of decency. It's one that I've made very aware that is a major part of my political campaign to run for the mayor's office in Calgary, and that is to protect women from the vulnerable, vulnerable women, I guess, to protect them from those who seek to harm them in terms of men, biological males, entering women's change spaces, being allowed in places where women can be put at risk. I want to repeal the bylaws, as that is the jurisdiction of civic council. Now, Justin Trudeau has come out this week, and we've done videos talking about his online censorship bill and the reasons behind that bill and what he thinks he aims to do to fix the problems with online words, I guess, or people's feelings in this country. But a school has crossed the line, and it relates to what he's talking about, and we're going to get into that. And something that is family friendly that gets on the other side of this that I want to talk about today is this video's sponsor, Funable Friends. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Funable Friends. After a long day of looking at the world and what goes on around it, especially with this guy,
you'll forgive me if I don't think about monetary policy. You'll understand that I think about families.
I definitely need a calming distraction. And that's why I'm here today to talk to you about a new YouTube channel called Funable Friends. This channel happens to be just what the doctor ordered to help take your stress away. We're talking clumsy puppies, hilarious cat fails, and hours of clean, family-appropriate entertainment. What is more is they are a grassroots channel volunteering and promoting local Alberta charities, including the fostering of a cute puppy through Fostering Hope in Red Deer, Alberta. There's no cost to view the content, with a portion of earnings from the channel going to assist in the well-being of future animals in need. So if you feel the need to forget about the latest political drama in your life for a while, subscribe to Funable Friends. The stories of those lives of animals getting turned around is sure to brighten your day, and out of our lives and the chaos that continues in it, we could sure all afford a few minutes out of our lives to be a little more funnable. Link is down below in the description. Now, just a quick word before we get into the real problem of what's happened in schools in Canada. If you want to head over to Funable Friends, throw them some subscribers. A lot of you guys answered the call earlier this week when we put out that ad. They're building up their channel. This is good, wholesome, family fun, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing rude. There's nothing obscure on that channel that would be offensive to any families. This is good old-fashioned family entertainment. You'd really be doing me a solid if you go over, show them some support, subscribe to their channel, check out some cute videos, and detox your day, because what I have to share with you today, boy, it's a nightmare, and I'm completely appalled and blown back by what I'm seeing. But we're going to get into what happened in this Canadian school and where it all tethers into the government. But first, I want to remind you, do you remember this creepy moment of Justin Trudeau less than 2 years ago, wanting to speak with your children? Let's take a listen to this.
I want to close by asking all the moms to step out of the room for a minute so I can talk to your kids. I'll give you a second. Okay.
What an absolute creep. Moms, step out of the rooms. I want to talk to your kids. This man may be a father, but I'm going to tell you right now, he has no business around any of your children. Now, when we talk about his visit to Alberta this week, which he didn't even notify Alberta political leaders that he was coming to the province, and then had the audacity to stand in Alberta and say, oh, they don't want to work with us. They don't want to do anything with us. Well, you didn't tell them you were even going to be there for them in order to be there. So I mean, this is where Pierre Poilievre talked about wedge issues. He said, when we talk about children, when we talk about the safety of the sexual exploitation of children, that Justin Trudeau, when it comes to trans kids, when it comes to Alberta's new policies on what we're doing in terms of children or child safety, Justin Trudeau is going to use this as a wedge issue. And that's what he does with this overreach of power that he's now requesting for the online harms bill. And I want to focus on what it is he talks about, because what we have to talk about today goes strictly against everything that he's saying that this bill is going to do.
Online. First of all, we know, and everyone can agree, that kids are vulnerable online to hatred, to violence, to being bullied, to seeing and being affected by terrible things online. We need to do a better job as a society of protecting our kids online the way we protect them in schoolyards, in our...
Right there. Hold on. You protect kids in schoolyard the same way you protect kids in schoolyards? Well, let's get into what's happened. Now, before I get into this image, I know some folks watch YouTube on their televisions, or while they're sitting at the kitchen table. If by chance, now this channel has never made child-friendly content, unlike Funable Friends, again, which you should go check out. But we don't do child content here. There are some graphic images that are about to pop up on the screen. So this is the warning that if you have children around, I, for one, want to make sure that the things Justin Trudeau is talking about doesn't affect children. I don't want to openly affect anyone's children. So there's the warning. But let's get into what's happened at a Canadian school in the country here this week. The Republica, Canadian boys reportedly sent home with condoms, wooden phalluses, and gay pornography from a Manitoba school. Justin Trudeau wants this online censorship bill to protect kids like they do in the schoolyard, he says. This is how teachers are protecting children. And of course, there's the images. Let's get straight into the article. A mother in Manitoba, Canada has revealed the teenage students at her son's school were being provided with wooden phalluses, condoms, and a cartoon flipbook featuring gay pornography art as part of their sexual education. On February 19th, Janine Stephanie Penner took to Facebook to express outrage that her teenage son had been provided a number of inappropriate sex education aids. In the post, Penner revealed that her son, who is currently in grade 10, so he's about 15 years old, had been provided with a gay pornographic flipbook at school as a method of learning how to use condoms, and in addition received 15 condoms, and a wooden phallic object for practice. Her son attends the Verdun Collegiate Institute. Now, Verdun is a very small town in Manitoba. I've been through there many times. And again, this is how they're slowly rolling it out. Let's get it in the small towns so that it's not in a major city, so we can't blow this up. Remember that a lot of what happens in education is provincial and municipal. The municipal end works with the school boards, and the provincial end is who decides the rules and the regulations of these school boards. So their new pro-NDP government, which, from what I understand, has domestic violence issues at home, has now said that it's okay to do this. It's okay to send this kind of material home with your children. The flip book Penner's son was given is titled, "Who's Got the Condom?" And as a digital copy of the book reveals, and it's 53 pages long, was created in collaboration with CATIE, or CATIE, Canada's leading HIV and hepatitis C information charity, as well as Youth 20 and Two Spirited People of the First Nations. Again, this all ties into their NDP leader. I'm not saying that he went out of his way to do this, but this is how they weasel it in. Just, you're not diverse enough. You don't care about the Indigenous if you're going to slam this down. You're not, you're too phobic. You're a bigot. On the front book, a young slim man can be seen perched over the hips of an older, larger man in what appears to be an Indigenous-style tent. On both the front cover and a page photographed by Penner, the older man is wearing a condom, with the younger man in the process of engaging in sexual activity with him. Like, this is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. While the book is purported to be an educational resource for condoms, why is there gay sex going on then? There is no text instructions or any other information from pages 2 to 51 of the book. The illustrations simply show a series of progressive actions featuring the younger man pleasuring the older man before a bright pink condom is introduced. The younger man then climbs on top of the older man and the two engage in intercourse. The final pages of the book, when flipped rapidly, show the two men thrusting against each other. This has been given to a 15-year-old boy. What was it Justin Trudeau said again? What was it Justin Trudeau said?
To seeing and being affected by terrible things online. We need to do a better job as a society of protecting our kids online, the way we protect them in schoolyards, in our communities.
Okay, well, he sure hit the nail on the head here. The condoms, wooden phallus, and flipbook were reportedly provided to every boy in grades 9 and 10, so 14 and 15-year-old boys at the Verdon Collegiate Institute, with Penner reporting her older son, who also attends the school, informing her that only condoms had been given out the year prior. They don't even hide this anymore, Penner wrote. Robbing our children and seducing their minds. We need to push back. This is what needs to be protested. I couldn't agree more. Like, guys, I grew up in the 90s. Like, my teen years were in the 90s, and I'm telling you right now, we went to school, and I remember at one point, the teacher said, does anybody have questions about protection? They were talking a lot about HIV at the time. Magic Johnson had just been diagnosed, and they had the old banana or cucumber at the school and says, look, and the teacher was so awkward with it. He didn't want to discuss it. And parents had to sign off on consent for their children to be present in that class. And it was also discussed with parents in great detail what the topics of discussion were, what went on in the discussion. And again, when I came home from school, my mom said, you know, what did they talk about today? And I just said, I don't want to get into it. It was gross. And that was the end of it. Now, those are the days of old scrambled pornography on cable television where kids had curiosity. You'd find somebody's smut magazine occasionally, an older brother who had one kicking around. But nowadays with the internet, there definitely are concerns about what is being seen online. But the fact that creepy, overreaching PDF file style teachers that love to be PDF files and very large PDF files, want to just thrust all this on your children. They want to push it in front of your kids. They want to change everything. This is an agenda about population control. It's deconstructing masculinity in order to stop the world from reproducing. This is all part of the global agenda. This is part of WEF. This is part of woke government institutions that think they have the ability to tell you not only what to put in your body, but how to live your life, how you're going to go around your 15-minute city, how you're going to raise your child. In fact, sorry, not even raise your child anymore. It's their job to raise and indoctrinate your child. Penner confirmed that she is set to meet with the principal at the school on February 19th. The post, which has gone viral on Facebook and Twitter, or X, attracted many comments from incensed parents. One father said his daughter attends the same school and that she had confirmed that the condoms, wooden phallus, and flipbooks were also available outside of the school's nursing station. In case, you know, girls want to go home and fulfill their needs, I guess. The teacher, the principal, and the school trustee would be getting an earful from me, said one concerned parent. I've got kids out in time. I got my kids out in time. I couldn't handle my kids being stuck in that system. I was fighting with them all the time about age appropriateness, and now it's just evil content. Another parents claimed their 14-year-old child at a school in Ontario received the same set of items as part of their education. So this isn't just a Manitoba school. This is going on across the country. Across the country. They're rolling it out. They're coming for your children. Now here's Pierre Poilievre talking about this online censorship bill and why Justin Trudeau's rolling it out. The harms bill.
Thank you. Next question. Morning, Mr. Polyev. Andrew Lawton, True North. The federal government has said that its online harms bill is imminent. They've said this bill will include, among other things, a ban on so-called online hate speech. As you know, the Conservatives a decade ago repealed Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Act, which the Liberals have talked about reintroducing and tried in the last parliamentary term. Will the Conservatives oppose the reintroduction of these provisions and the Liberals' approach to so-called online hate speech?
Yes, we will oppose Justin Trudeau's latest attack on freedom of expression. And I want to ask, what does Justin Trudeau mean when he says the word hate speech? He means speech he hates. So, for example, let's go through some of the things he said is hate speech. Jerry Butts, the PMO puppet master, said that it was hate speech to criticize Trudeau for using the ridiculous term people kind, right? Justin Trudeau said anyone who criticized him during the pandemic was engaging in hate speech. Basically, anybody who disagrees with his radical agenda when it comes to kids, he says is hate speech. He attacked Muslim parents who were protesting against his agenda. Is he going to criminalize those Muslim parents for protecting their children in schools? Go down the list of things that Justin Trudeau disapproves of, and you can imagine all of the things that will be criminalized. Then there becomes the question of who is going to be in charge of determining what is hate speech. Recently, a school board in Ontario banned Anne Frank's books. Okay, so would that be considered hate speech under Justin Trudeau's woke authoritarian agenda? I think it would. So anyone who thinks that speech they don't like is going to be criminalized and therefore the bill should be supported, go through that. Those people should go through the list of their own thoughts that Justin Trudeau considers to be unacceptable views, and you can assume that he will ban all of that as well. And finally, I point out the irony that someone who spent the first half of his adult life as a practicing racist, who dressed up in hideous racist costumes so many times he says he can't remember them all, should then be the arbiter on what constitutes hate. Why doesn't he? What he should actually do is look into his own heart and ask himself why he was such a hateful racist. For despite his enormous personal privileges of a multi-million-dollar trust fund, being the son of a prime minister, growing up in mansions, traveling the world, why he had so much hate in his heart that he was such an awful racist. And what he should do is actually explain where that ugliness came from.
So Pierre once again nails it on the head. He's protested Muslim parents that want to speak up for their children. He has said that that's hate speech. If you disagree with Justin Trudeau wanting to convert your children, wanting to poison their minds, you could be arrested for hate speech. They lock up access to a book about Anne Frank, a World War II icon, prosecuted purely because of her religious beliefs, executed because of them, in one of the most heinous acts of our time. I'm reminded of this. Y'all think it's phobic? Everybody thinks it's terrible. It's oh, you're just bigoted. You're everything else. Well, take a look at this. Look, this has been circling the internet for quite some time.
You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and and subtly, and you will barely notice it. We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children.
Every single person in that video should be locked up, thrown in jail, and throw away the key. And Justin Trudeau, if he wants to hear some hate speech, he should be thrown up in jail with them. Every single Liberal, NDP, Conservative, Green Party, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you stand on, that wants to support schools giving out this kind of material to your kids, or saying that parents don't have rights when it comes to how they raise their children, should be locked up in the darkest dungeon and throw away the key. Again, I apologize for the length of this video, folks. I apologize that it's not upbeat, that it's not as humorous as all of our other ones, but this is a subject that really rubs me the wrong way in so many ways. I cannot and will not stand for this kind of treatment of children. If your kids are in these kind of schools, pull them out immediately. You're better off teaching them yourself. You're better off teaching them what's right and what's wrong in the world, how to live, how to pay their bills, how to be educated, how to have proper education, maybe how to get a wrench and get inside of an engine of a car, maybe how to ride a bicycle, maybe how to play sports. Actual science, not science that people decree as science. Real physics, chemistry. If kids have questions about sexuality, they should ask their parents or someone they trust. Kids should not, and people are going to say, well, there's kids out there that are prosecuted by their parents to the fullest extent for their sexual beliefs and choices. Then those children, as they get older, should find the trust to speak with somebody about their feelings and to come with ideological terms that sometimes in this world, people, and this is a lesson Justin Trudeau should learn. Sometimes people are going to say things you don't like. And people are going to say things that you don't agree with. And people are going to say things that you find offensive. But the world is not molded to me. It's not molded to you. It doesn't owe any of us a damn thing. And it is going to beat us all down harder than anything else that we've ever experienced. Rocky Balboa once said, nothing's going to hit as hard as life. Not me, not you, not anybody. And it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's exactly what I hope Pierre Poilievre continues to do. That's how winning is done. This school is out of line. It's unacceptable. And I'm sticking to it. Let me know your comments down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Don't forget to join me tonight on the channel at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Central for Friday Night Fringe. We're going to be talking about this for sure, as well as a plethora of other things that have happened this week. And don't forget, again, ladies and gentlemen, please go over, drop a sub over to Funable Friends. I know they're growing. They've got some great content. I love their content, and I couldn't promote them enough or say enough good things about them. So head over, show them some love. A link for them is down below in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed at least getting the information on this video. I'll catch you on the next one.